Just wanted to take time out to give everybody an instructional video since you probably just got your GBox and are wondering what to do first. So I'm going to take the time out and show you guys a little bit how it works, where to go, and how to set up your GBox. Now, the first thing you want to do when you turn on your GBox is get it properly set up. I've already set everything up, so when you buy one from us, it's pretty much going to look like this. This is called the 3D launcher. This is what I feel is the easiest way to get around. You can do whichever way you want, but I prefer the 3D launcher best. Now on the bottom here, you're going to see some icons. Don't pay attention to any of the big pictures on top. You're pretty much going to use the icons down here on the bottom. It's all broken down into categories. Now the first thing you want to do when you set up your GBox is you want to go to your settings, and you want to make sure that either your Wi-Fi or your Ethernet is connected. If you look on the top right hand corner, I'm currently on a wired setup, so when you plug in your Ethernet cable, you're going to have two little green monitors there. That means you're connected to the internet, or you have your little Wi-Fi bars which are right next to it. Now if your display looks a little big, you can always go here to the display settings, and you want to just change your display position. And once you get there, you can move the screen in and out as you wish. Now some TVs automatically adjust. This is just for TVs that when you get it's a little bit of an overscan. Now we'll go back to the home screen. You've got your web browser here, which is pretty much you can go anywhere with it. And what you want to do here, if it asks you, you just use browser always. Now it's signing me in because I'm already signed into my box. So you can pretty much use any USB mouse and keyboard. Currently you can't use Bluetooth, but any 2.4 gigahertz wireless mouse and keyboard will work for you. Now we'll go back to the home screen. And like I said before, everything's broken down into categories. So you have an all apps category. And this is where whenever you go to the Google Play Store and you get any of your apps, you're going to, they're all going to go into your all apps category. At the Elite Mods team, we install quite a few apps, not just the basic apps. We get it pretty loaded for you. And then you can break everything down into categories. So for example, if you want to go to online cinema and put all your media apps into that category, you can go down to the bottom right hand corner, and if you want to add an app that's in your all apps category to the online cinema, you can do so. So for example, let's say I want to add Angry Birds to the online cinema category. Once I do that, my Angry Birds it shows up there. Now let's say I just want to remove an app. I just click on delete down there in the bottom right hand corner and find the app that I want to delete from this section and click on that. And as you see, it's disappeared. Now we also have a games section. This is where you can add all your games. If let's say for example you've got Airpen as a game or Facebook as a game, you can add those right there into that category. Now we'll delete them real quick just to show you again. Bottom right hand corner, just press delete and you can get rid of those apps just as quickly. Now you have a video chat section. Currently there's only one Logitech camera. I'm not sure of the model that it is, but it's only one that really actually works with this one. So we kind of use this as a communication section. So you have Google Talk, Twitter, email, I'll add Facebook in there, and you can use Instagram, you know, pretty much whatever you like to use for your own social apps. And then also, you have a local app section. We like to use this section pretty much for miscellaneous apps and utilities and things like that. So for example, we put the Google Play Store in there. We put Aptoid in there. Dropbox. We also use a speed test. That's the first thing pretty much you want to do when you get yours, is make sure you have good internet speed. You need a minimum of 6 Mbps in order to run an XBMC device correctly. So make sure before you purchase one that you have a minimum of 6 Mbps internet. Now there's a few apps that we add on here that are pretty good, not only XBMC. We like to add Showbox, which is kind of like MovieBox for a jailbroken iDevice. It pretty much gives you all the TV shows. It breaks them down by episodes and everything. So we're waiting for all the covers to load here. So for example, let's say we wanted to use Breaking Bad. And then it gives you the different episodes if you want to watch them. And then you can break them down by season as well. And once you click on it, it'll ask you if you want to go low, medium, or high quality. And you can do watch now, or you can actually download it right to your unit. We also use an app called Video Mix. Now, Video Mix is going to be kind of like an XBMC, but it's a different app altogether. It's basically going to give you movies, and it's going to give you TV shows. You can break it down by whatever you're looking for. But we'll go back to the movies section real quick. Let's say you want to watch, for example, Riddick. And once it loads, it's going to give you the little bit on the movie, and then it's going to give you the different links to play from, just like you would on XBMC. Now let's go to what everybody pretty much gets these units for, and that's the XBMC capability. So once you open up XBMC, we usually program the 5 most popular add-ons that people want to use or people want to see. And that's going to be One Channel, Ice Films, Mashup, NaviX, and Sports Devil. Now, most people like to use One Channel because it has the most variety as far as movies and TV shows go. Now, Ice Films is going to be kind of like One Channel, but it's not going to have stuff that's out in movie theaters. It's pretty much going to have everything that's already on DVD or Blu-ray, and you'll be able to get more HD kind of stuff there. And then you have Mashup, which is kind of a mix of One Channel, Ice Films, NaviX, and Sports Devil. It's a mix of everything. They're just kind of getting started, but in the future, this is supposed to be one of the best add-ons that's pretty much going to have an all-in-one solution. You can find HD movies in there. You can find 3D movies. You can find live channels. You can find, pretty much almost anything you want, sports. And we'll get to that in just a second. Now you also have an add-ons section here underneath videos that we also install a whole bunch of add-ons on. So there's a wide selection of things just in case one of the add-ons goes down. These add-ons aren't guaranteed to all work all the time. Remember, you're getting free stuff, so you got to kind of play around with everything and get a feel to how all the add-ons go and find yourself a few favorites and alternates. Now we'll go to One Channel first, and let's try the movies section. And we'll go to featured movies. Usually the first time it'll take a few seconds to load because it's loading the list, but usually when you go back in the next time, it will be a lot quicker. Now you've got a whole bunch of movies here. There's some stuff that's already out, or that's out in theaters, and some that's going to be out on DVD or Blu-ray. So I'll give you an example of kind of how it works. For example, Riddick, that just came out. And usually what either just came out or has been updated is going to be on the top of the list. And on One Channel, on the right, it's going to tell you CAM, TS for Telesync, or DVD. CAM is pretty much going to be that one guy that went into the movie theater and took his video camera or cell phone and wanted to record it and provide it for everyone. Those are usually not very watchable. There are a few that are halfway decent when somebody goes in there with an HD cam or something like that and takes a video. But that's going to be your CAM section there. And then you've got ones like World War Z, which they were able to get a DVD quality copy, and it will say DVD here on the side. Let's try World War Z again. And we'll try this link. They say the yellow links are supposed to be better. I find that not to be the case. On One Channel, I usually like to use a Share6 or VidBucks. VidBucks is going to ask you for like one of those captures where you have to enter a word and stuff like that. But I wouldn't even worry about that. Just enter it in because usually the link is pretty good. Now, as you can see, this one loaded pretty quick. You're going to experience some buffering times to where it'll take a long time to load or it'll pause. But that's usually going to be on the weekends when there's a lot of users. Remember, these aren't multi-million-dollar Netflix servers, so you kind of got to deal with it as it comes. Now, we'll try the TV shows as well. Now, let's say I wanted to watch a TV show. We're going to go to TV shows. Then we'll go to featured. And let's say I wanted to watch Pawn Stars. Now it's going to give me the different seasons. Let's say I wanted to watch season 7. And then it's going to give me the different episodes. So let's say I wanted to watch this episode right here, 19. It's going to give me the links once again. We'll try Putlocker this time, see if that one works. And I'm watching an episode of Pawn Stars. And now let's go out. That's pretty much how one channel works. Now we're going to go into Ice Films. Like I said before, Ice Films is kind of like a one channel, but it's only going to have what's out on DVD and Blu-ray and some HD content. So we'll try now Ice Films. And let's go to movies. And I usually like to go into the HD 720p section, and I'll click on popular. And let's see, let's try Iron Man 2. Usually has some really good visuals, so we'll try that out so you can see it. And once you click the movie, it's going to ask you if you want to do regular DVD rip or an HD, if it's available. And then this one doesn't give you as many links, but they're usually pretty good links. I usually like to try the 180 links. And then it's going to tell me to type something. This one says vegan zombie wants grains. Now, not all of them are going to be this long. For some reason, this one came out really long. So we'll just type that in and click it, and the movie will start. Now, usually Iron Man comes out pretty dark from the beginning, and then the star starts coming down. Now, as you can see, the quality here is going to be a lot better than one channel. Now we'll go over to a much faster scene. We'll just fast forward here. It's got to give it a second while she catches up. And as you can see, this is a pretty good quality. Not bad for streaming over the internet. Now that's pretty much how Ice Films works. Now we're going to go to Mashup. And Mashup is broken down into a lot of sections. So you've got sections like featured movies here, which is basically kind of like the one channel type with the movies in movie theaters and things like that. Usually it'll load a little quicker after you do it the first time. So as you can see, it's pretty much got the same movies that one channel has in their featured movies section. And it's broken down the same exact way, you know, CAM or TS or DVD quality. You've also got an HD movies section, which is going to have 1080p's and 720p's and 480's and stuff like that. And then you've got a live stream section. And basically, if you like international kind of stuff, if you want to go to by country, and then you'll have a whole bunch of flags for different countries, and you can just find your country, and it usually has one or two channels, at least one or two channels from every country. Some are going to have 20 to 30 channels, depending on how active that international community from that country is on XBMC, and has those channels. There's also Arabic streams as well that you can go to. You've also got the K1 MO5, which is going to give you US channels and things like that. Now, the live channels, you have to keep in mind that they do not, they're not going to be super HD, so don't expect to have HD on live channels. So I'll show you, for example, an entertainment section, which is going to have different channels. And you've got a whole bunch of different ones that you can watch. Now, let's try Bravo, for example. So as you can see, the quality's not great, but hey, it's watchable. It's free. You can also extend the size of it if you want for your TV. And some of the channels are going to work and some aren't. You got to be a little patient with that. That's why you have your one channel in Ice Film, so you can actually watch those shows in much higher quality than you would live. Now, you've also got a sports section as well. I won't get too deep into that, but I'll show you some of the channels that are on here. You've got ESPN's, Fightbox, Fox Sports, NBA TV. We can try NBA TV real quick. Now, some of them are HD. I recommend you have super high internet to watch the high quality or HD, the ones that are tagged that way. But you've got NFL networks, you've got games, you've got things like that. And that's pretty much how Mashup works. You got to kind of play with the section and see what you like. Now, NaviX is pretty much going to be like it's all user-based. So it's kind of a mess, but what you want to do is go into the portal, go to most viewed last 24 hours, and it's going to show you all the different users that are posting things up. So pretty much this guy's name is Steele. He puts up his own movies. And then you got Max Powers, who puts movies as well. Sports for You, this is kind of where you get different NFL games on Sunday and Monday night. So as you can see, you've got the Eagles and Texans here, and you can watch the games. It'll have a whole list of games of what's going on during that day. And then you've also got, let's exit out of here. You've also got Sports Devil. This is pretty much where you're going to find your pay-per-views, UFC, and any other sports. I usually go to Live Sports, and then I go to firstrowsports.ge. And then it breaks it down by different sports. So I'll try American football. And it'll give me ESPN, NFL Network, and then it'll give you the different games and stuff like that. It'll usually update itself to tell you what's on that day. And now we'll go into a little bit of an overview on what you have on other add-ons. So once you get done playing with all of these, you can actually go play with some more. We'll go into add-ons, and then we like to put a lot of we like to be very redundant as to what add-ons we put on, just in case your one channel or Ice Films or Mashup are down, because these things, remember, they're not going to be 100% dependable. This isn't like Netflix or the cable company where you're going to be up all the time. So we like to put different ones that are just like one channel or ICE Films, where you can keep watching your movies even though some of the other add-ons are down. So you've got stuff like One Link Movies, Daily Flicks, All You See, I Watch Online, Movie 105, Movie Kingdom, One Click Movies, One Click Watch, Much Movies, Project Free TV, Simply Movies, 2+ and TV Release. You've also got Z Movies, which is here at the bottom. Those are all pretty much going to be like a one channel or ICE Films, where you can get different stuff on demand. Now you've got a Hulu. It's a free Hulu. Quite a bit of the stuff works. Some of it doesn't. But there's so many other add-ons, for different things that you don't even have to worry about having Hulu. You've also got CBS News that you can watch different clips, different stories that are on CBS News. You've got the College Humor website. You can get something from them. Crackle is for different shows, different stuff. Film On, you can get some live channels in there as well as some international channels. Funny or Die, that's going to be like Will Ferrell's site. It's kind of like a YouTube for comedy. You got HGTV, where you can watch different shows from HGTV. You've also got Justin.tv. A lot of people like going there. They have a lot of live stuff that different users are putting on there. You got Not Film On, which is kind of like a hacked version of Film On. Has a little bit more than what Film On has. You've also got the Giddy Up Network. Now, the Giddy Up Network is pretty much like a... you've got TV shows. So, for example, if you want to watch 2.5 Men, it's going to give you 2.5 Men, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All you do is click it, and you're watching 2.5 Men. Now, let's say you want to watch How I Met Your Mother. Once again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of How I Met Your Mother. Then you've got Sportsaholic. Sportsaholic is a work in progress. It's from the makers of Mashup. They're trying to get more sports on here. But you can usually watch, let's say, for example, ESPN, and I'll go to the NFL section. And it's going to give you different stories as to what's going on. So we'll talk about Jerry Jones talking about the Giants faking injuries, and it's going to have from ESPN headlines and stuff like that. Now, you've also got TMZ, for those of you who like to watch all the different kind of stuff with the movie stars and things like that. The TMZ website and all their stories and shows are going to be on there. If you like to watch top documentary films, this is from topdocumentaryfilms.com. You've also got US TV Now. Now, US TV Now is going to give you pretty much ABC, CBS, NBC, CW, Fox, the basic over-the-air channels. They're not going to be local, but once you click on it, you're going to get that channel. And this is live what's going on the East Coast, or wherever you're at. It should pick up what what you want to, depending on your IP, it should pick up what's on your side of the country. And let's say you wanted to watch ABC. You've got ABC. And it pretty much works the same for all the other channels. Now, you've also got Veedle. Veedle is going to be like the Giddy Up Network, but it's user-based. Basically, 24 hours a day of whatever that user's putting on the internet for you. And Vivo is kind of like a Pandora, but for music videos. You can actually set a playlist and have music videos play all the time. Video Devil is going to be your adult section. You can ask for it to be removed before we send you out a unit. or before we sell one to you. But that's going to be your adult section. It's pretty self-explanatory when you go in there. And then some of you like World Series of Poker, so you've got World Series of Poker, which shows you a whole bunch of different poker videos and tournaments and things like that. And then you've got YouTube, which is also pretty self-explanatory. And the XBMC hub maintenance is for different tweaks and fixes. I don't suggest that if you don't know what you're doing, don't go in there. It's for advanced users only. Now that's pretty much going to break it down for the miscellaneous add-ons. Now we'll go into the music section. Pretty much there's only really 5 add-ons that we like to put on here. 181 FM, which is different radio stations from around the world, different internet radio stations. Pandora, you can use it as well on XBMC, but we already put it in the apps category for you on Android, on the Android side, so you can and it's unlimited skip on the app that we put. We have a hacked app that goes in there. And then you've got Vivo once again, of course. And if you like our iHeartRadio, you can do that through XBMC as well. And some people like National Public Radio, NPR, so we like to put that add-on in there as well. Now that pretty much sums it up. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us via